Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out, might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They ain't thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They took it to 10.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 23 yards on the play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Jackson from the shotgun. It's caught. This is White. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Looks pretty evident what they want to do. The same connection to start the game on back-to-back throws.
So when you've got a big-time target, you've got to go to him. The flip side is, shouldn't the defense know that? They should be better prepared.
Absolutely. They're going to have to step up and in a hurry. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. This one caught by Ridley. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, he'll have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Michel on an island by himself in the backfield, second and goal.
Let's go.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5, and that is going to set up third and goal.
Right here. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got it.
They'll try to run it in, Michel. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up fourth down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready, set. 54. Mike 54. Drop deep. Hey, wahoo. He's coming. We got double up. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Please grip.
On first down, Schilling. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 21, it's second and 10.
Hey, pick it up. Hey, Charlie. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Let's go. Hey, watch that.
To throw again, Schilling. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
17 yards. First down, Carolina.
Down.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Not today, you are. Not today. Check 37. Check. Sam off.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 42-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Mike 54.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Mike 54. Let's go, D. Ready?
Second and 5. Looking downfield for Godwin. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
And the Panther first down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. From the gun, Schilling. Throw left side complete. That's Shaw. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Hey, shoot. Any day. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Say, go.
Looking to throw. Schilling. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
From the gun on third down. Schilling. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see the kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and 6. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Here we go. You go tight. Hey, Alpha. You got tight right there. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get it.
Operating from the gun. Schilling. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one for him.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These two teams all tied after 1. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here we go, set, 60 outlaw. Watch the slant. Smooth.
Back to throw. Schilling looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shaw. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Wide, get wide. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Look at me. Score. Switch it. Alert 3.
On 1st down, Shaw. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Okay, break. 54. Mike 54. Hey, Haywood. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Whip. Watch the whip. Check your outreach. Check 13. Check 13. Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schilling. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, let's go. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Hey, let's get some pass.
From the gun, Schilling. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
I'm coming. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch.
Throwing again. Schilling. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Carolina.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw. Schilling. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
It's going to be a long
On third down, Schilling. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball at the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. The 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught at the 25. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Check, go.
third down. Jackson, he's going to let it go deep for the end. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And it's a fumble. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. This will be taken in at the 1. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Rock it. Hey, lock it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Mike 54. Hey, team 6. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go.
Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Check Mike.
Right there.
To throw on second down. Schilling looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line.
A gain of 29 yards. And the Panthers first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Operating from the gun. Schilling. Throw left side complete. That's Shaw. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mike 54. Switch up.
Mike 5'4",
From the gun, Schilling. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore. His 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And an alley to run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play in football.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run with Michelle, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Throwing on first down. Schilling. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their own defensive scheme.
And he's going to go down again. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Right there. 54, right there.
Go!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, I 7.
Mike 5-4.
Get it.
To throw again. Schilling. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Check. Check, hot route. Hot, hot. Showing it. Check.
They'll run on first down. It's Shaw, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Set. 60 more.
Brings up second and 12.
Here we go. Here we go. Check 99. Check 99. Defense.
Looking to throw on second down. Schilling. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of 2.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
We own them.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Jackson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. He got 29 yards that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Michel on an island by himself in the backfield, second and goal. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now the throw on third down knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. The quick slant caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Flushed out right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
You got nothing. Check, check. Fresno. Fair.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
56, Mike, 56. You must be dreaming. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Ready.
Back to throw. Schilling. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
56. Mike Smith. I'm scared. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Here I come. Hey, Haywood. 56. I'm going.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Schilling. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
On 2nd down now. It's Shaw, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Today's final score,
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Atlanta, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.